I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got it.
Welcome back to my channel Z Motogp. Here I will tell you about Motogp and other races, which are actually trusted and up to date. If you want to receive information back from us, please subscribe, like, share and ring the bell. Thanks a lot.
The 2023 Japanese Motogp results were colored by an unexpected event. Marc Marquez got a blessing. Taking place on Sunday, January 10, 2023, the 2023 Japanese Motogp started with a crash experienced by Maverick Vinales. The Aprilia rider's bike came out in an incident when the start had just taken place. Despite the incident, the race continued, but an unexpected event occurred. Forget Marc Marquez making a scene because it is widely rumored that he will move from Honda to Gresini Racing next year, revealed 4 interesting facts about Podium 3 at the 2023 Japanese Motogp. Not canned, the twin-ring Motegi circuit, the 2023 Japanese Motogp venue, is a special location for Marc Marquez. The twin-ring Motegi circuit is proof that Marc Marquez is the only regular Motogp rider to win a lot on a track with a length of 4.801 kilometers. Marc Marquez collected 3 Japanese Motogp wins at the twin-ring Motegi circuit in the 2016, 2018 and 2019 seasons. Marc Marquez was also listed as one of the successful pole positions and won at the twin-ring Motegi circuit of the Japanese Motogp. Marc Marquez scored pole position and won at the 2019 Japanese Motogp. Apart from the racer born on February 17, 1993, there are 3 other names who also successfully pole positioned and won at the Japanese Motogp. Jorge Lorenzo at the 2013 Japanese Motogp, Loris Capirossi at the 2005 and 2006 Japanese Motogp and Makoto Tameda at the 2004 Japanese Motogp. The special thing about the twin-ring Motegi track in Japan is that Marc Marquez confirmed 3 times the MotoGP World Champion on a circuit that is owned by a factory Honda. Marc Marquez celebrated the inaugural MotoGP World Championship at the Motegi circuit in the 2014, 2016 and 2018 seasons. In fact, Marc Marquez also stopped the last pole position drought at the 2019 Japanese MotoGP, also at the twin-ring Motegi circuit in the 2022 season, almost 3 years ago. Like a chemical bond, Marc Marquez at the 2023 Japanese Motogp managed to Gasak Podium 3. Marc Marquez's first podium achievement in the main race MotoGP this season. For information, the last time Marc Marquez felt finished on the podium was the 2022 Australian MotoGP, October 16, 2022. Almost a year Marc Marquez did not feel the finish of the MotoGP race on the podium, or more precisely 11 months and 17 days. No wonder Marc Marquez was so happy to take the 3rd podium of the Japanese MotoGP at the twin-ring Motegi circuit on Sunday. Although Marc Marquez scored his first podium in this year's MotoGP main race at the 2023 Japanese MotoGP, the MM93K still hangs over whether or not he will move from Honda to Gresini Racing next year. Moreover, Marc Marquez since his arrival at the 2023 Japanese Motogp until ahead of the start of the 2023 Japanese Motogp race has not issued an official statement that he will survive or move next year. Fanatics of Marc Marquez in particular and MotoGP in general, please be patient to make sure the 6-time MotoGP World Champion will be anchored where next year. The 2023 Japanese Motogp results were colored by an unexpected event. Marc Marquez got a blessing. Taking place on Sunday, January 10, 2023, the 2023 Japanese Motogp started with a crash experienced by Maverick Vinales. The Aprilia rider's bike came out in an incident when the start had just taken place. Despite the incident, the race continued, but an unexpected event occurred. The track became wetter, and a series of riders returned to the pits to change their bikes. As a result of this, many changes occurred in the front position, Ducati test rider Michele Pirro even led the race. However, after all the riders were ready to race again, Aleix Espargaro's riders finally took the front position. Unfortunately, Espargaro was unlucky a few laps later. He fell victim to the Ducati riders, with Jorge Martin taking the lead. Shortly after that, he was overtaken by Francesco Bagnaia and Marco Bezzecchi. His position continued to fall. On the other hand, Repsol Honda rider Marc Marquez looked good in wet track conditions. Marc Marquez gradually managed to overtake the riders in front of him. Marc Marquez briefly grabbed the third position, before the race was suddenly stopped due to worsening weather conditions during the 13th lap. After waiting for a long pause, the race finally restarted with the last position of the race stopped. Jorge Martin was at the front, followed by Bagnaia and Marc Marquez. But, when he had just done a sighting lap, the red flag flew again and the race was permanently stopped. Jorge Martin came out as the winner, followed by Francesco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez, who was in third position. Marc Marquez finally got his first podium of the season amid the unpredictable conditions of the Motogp circuit. Hopefully Marc Marquez will reveal where he will be next year at the 2023 Indonesian Motogp at the Mandalika circuit, 13-15/10/2023.